Right now, some say one of the reasons couples cannot communicate is because he never opens up. We spoke to a group of men at the beach cafe, and this is what they said.
I think women would tend to open up a lot more than men. I have a theory on it.
Let's hear your theory, please.
My theory is this. I think that guys, like I had a lot of friends like you guys in college, and when I would go to you guys to talk, or if I had a problem and I wanted to talk about something, you guys would say, hey, let's grab a beer. I mean, guys aren't really into the let's sit down and talk about it. So I think we're just programmed that way. Right? I just think it's out of force of habit. Guys don't talk as much.
I think that's true, but I think it is a perception. I think in the 90s that the men are opening up more to women. You can't just meet somebody who has a superficial, like for somebody without having anything deeper than that.
When guys open up, they feel that it's sort of opening up a wound either, or it's showing that we're vulnerable. And then once we show them that vulnerable, we're just afraid of being taken advantage of, and some guys have been knocked down so many times, why try it again?
Have you ever noticed when there's a breakup in a relationship, it always seems that the guy is the one who's hurt and can't recover?
I don't know if that's always true. I think guys do tend to internalize more, but I don't know if I think the women should just get hurt just as much as the men, really.
I think guys, we're told we got to be tough, and I don't think we think it logically. I just think we feel we can keep it inside.
I think you hit on a little that it's not considered manly to open up, and if you open up, I think most men are afraid that emotion may happen, and it's just not manly. And by opening up, you could open up the fact that you may cry or something like that. So most men don't want to deal with it, so they just close off altogether.
And are any of your wives or girlfriends like mine? Basically, if you open up, the next thing you're sitting there with your parents, you're sitting across, you go, oh, well, Neil just cried, or he just said something like that. So you're like, I don't want to talk, don't say anything.
It's front page news. It is. He cried?
If I do have a problem, I usually go to my boss, who's a woman. And I have a lot of peers in there who are guys, and I feel closer to them from a friend perspective in terms of going out, but I wouldn't talk to them. So I would talk to a woman in case of that. I guess they're just better listeners.
Sometimes a woman's perspective, she could tell you what the woman is feeling, where another guy feels what you feel a lot of the time.
I have to say that with any girlfriend that I had prior to my wife, that I've told my wife things that I never thought I would, and with respect to that, it's either her or it's just that I want to do it at this time because I feel a certain bond with her.
When guys go out with guys, though, you find yourself rarely talking about intimate problems, and no, it's like, you're right, this single, we're guys, and we're going to talk about the Yankees,
sports or something, maybe even a little business, too,
yeah,
talk about
stock market, even women, but not the intimate problems, where if my wife goes out with one of her good friends that she hasn't seen in a while, she'll talk about all those things.
And the other night we went to the Yankee game, 4 of us, and 2 of us went to my place, and this guy was up all night telling me about his new girlfriend. We didn't talk about it when 4 of us were together. When 2 of us were together, that's what he talked about. So, yeah, that's why he's not here now. We can't stand him anymore, but...